everyone, welcome to our Health Quotient 101 Little Home Chef. In today's busy world, cooking dinner often means like throwing a pizza into the oven or popping a ready-made lasagna in the microwave, or simply order grab food. Making time to prepare a full meal might seem impossible. However, there are plenty of benefits cooking at home. Not only cooking at home saves money, contributes to healthier diets, because we can choose fresher ingredients, control the amount of oil, sugar, salt. But come to think of it, cooking at home can also bring joy. Let's ponder about this statement. Is cooking a therapy thing? What do you think? To me, I felt that cooking is good for our mental health because cooking is an act of patience, mindfulness, and an outlet for our creative expression. It's also a means of communication, right? So whenever I cook and then I share it with my family members, my friends, it's a way to communicate love to them. And by having them happily eating my food, it makes them feel good, it makes me feel good as well. So it's something that is positive for our family and for our loved ones. From the screen, join our LLTTF Telegram channel. Scan the QR code on the screen and share your thoughts. What do you think of this statement? Is cooking a therapy thing to you? There is this quote that I would like to share with you. Without hearts, there is no home. What do you think of this statement as well? Indeed, heart represents love. And if there is no love, there is no home. For many, family mealtime has been lost in our overscheduled lives. For many families, schoolwork, our office work, and a lot of other extracurricular activities can make it difficult to find time to eat together as a family. Some goes on for days or weeks without sitting down as a family to share a meal. However, family meals are important. Family meals provide the opportunity for family members to come together, strengthen our ties, and build better relationships. So home is just a place we stay. It is truly nothing without the love that, in the home. So if there's no home, what we call a home is just a place for us to stay. So love given to it is by our efforts, is by our energy. We have to make an effort to create love in our home. So love is what makes home important. A little sharing of myself. I'm Stephanie. I'm happily married for 10 years and I have 2 lovely children, 9 and 4 years old. So whenever I came across any easy to do and looks yummy recipe, I will save a copy. So when I have time or have the mood to cook, I have plenty of recipe to choose from. So what about you? Do you have any easy to cook recipe that would like to share with more people? Today's dish that we are going to prepare is flower clams with cabbage. So for today's, the key ingredient is the flower clam. So the flower clams actually, there's some preparation work that we need to do. I will go through with it shortly. But first of all, clams is actually easy. It can easily found in many supermarkets. All right. So any supermarket, the wet market or the supermarket, you can easily find these common ingredients. And when choosing of the clam, it is something that you need to be mindful because clams need to be alive when we bought it. Because if it's dead, that is not suitable for eating because it may contain bacteria. So a healthy clam is one with a shell that is closed, indicating that the muscle is active and hold the shell tightly together. All right, they should not be open or chip. So if you choose the clam, then those that is open or chip, then maybe you want to take it out from your bag. So the shell should be, if it's wide open or it looks slimy or the water itself looks milky, cloudy, or even give a bad smell, then it shows that that batch of the clam is actually not good, it's not healthy for consumption. All right. So after we bought the clams from the supermarket, when we reach home, usually we will want to wash it. all right, especially when we want to put it in a big bowl of water and add some salt in it. Why do we need to do so? So that if the clam is dirty inside, all right, they will actually expel the scent from the clam itself. So if you're going to soak it in the salt water, you can place it in the fridge. So let's say you bought it in the morning and you prepare to cook it at night. So maybe you can soak it in the water and put it in the fridge. Or at least you soak it for 30 minutes before you're cooking. Alright, so it's best to cook on the same day. Usually I do not want to leave the clams overnight without water. I did once, you know, I get actually from the supermarket and I've forgotten to put it in the water. The whole bag, I just put it in the fridge and I try to cook it the next day, and actually all the clam has died off, right? So just be mindful that you need to put in some water if you want to keep the clam fresh, alright? And in terms of the cooking as well, clam actually cook very quickly. So the moment when they open up the shell, it's pretty much cooked. So we do not want to overcook it, because otherwise it will become very tough and it will become very rubbery texture. So we do not want to have that kind of texture when we want to eat it. And if the clams after cooking remain unopened, then this is also something that you may want to discard. That means it may already spoil. Okay, so these are the few little tips that if you want to prepare any dishes with clams, this is how you choose, how you prepare, and how you cook it. Let's introduce today's key ingredient, the flower clams. Clam is one of the most nutritious food in the world, and they offer an exceptional range of nutrients. Alright, so such as, for example, vitamin B12. A lot of people may thought that B12 can be found in beef, but not knowing that actually clam also contain a lot of vitamin B12 as well. And the B12 is important for forming and maintaining DNA and producing red blood cell. Okay, and let's say, for example, an average every 100 gram of raw weight of the beef, it may contain 2.1 microgram of B12 vitamins. But for the same weight, 100 gram of raw weight of clam, it actually contains 49.4 microgram of B12. So as compared, you can see how much B12 as compared from a clam and from the beef. Besides that, DHA, beside the DHA, the clams also have the omega-3, and omega-3 fatty acids is actually help to lower inflammation level. And a lot of ingredients such as oily fish, such as salmon, sardines, they contain a lot of omega-3. And the shellfish, such as the clam, offer a fair amount of these fatty acids as well. Not only that, clam is also very nutritious in terms of containing a lot of iron. Iron is necessary for a wide range of metabolic process. It's required for metabolic process, all right? So, and it is important, it's an essential role in exporting the oxygen. So, flower clam is one of the key ingredients that we're going to use today because of the nutritious level. All right, and other nutrients such as protein, vitamin C, iodine, there's a lot of this. But please be mindful, if you are allergic to shellfish, all right, so you need to be careful because you may have some allergic reaction, because very common that clams actually is one of the fourth biggest culprits for this allergic reaction if you are allergic to shellfish. Alright, so just be mindful, if you're allergic to shellfish, then you may want to avoid taking clams as well. The next ingredient I would like to recommend to share with you is the Chinese cabbage. It has numerous health benefits and natural vitamins and minerals, and it's very low in calories. Alright, so it contains a lot of antioxidants compound and is very high in dietary fiber. So it's actually an incredible source of folic acid and vitamin B, vitamin C, as well as vitamin K. The next ingredient I would like to share with you is the onion and the garlic. So onion come in many colors. You can have the red onion, the yellow onion, all right? So onion and garlics are very good source of vitamin C, especially for onion. It's very good for vitamin C, vitamin B6, potassium. Garlic is also vitamin C, B6, potassium, calcium, copper, magnesium. There's a lot of good benefits in it. And also for onion and garlic, they are low in calorie and it actually helps to add flavor to a dish. So instead of using a lot of sugar or salt to enhance the flavor, you may want to consider using onion and garlic. So join our LLTTF Telegram channel, scan the QR code on the screen, and you can ask questions or you can share your comments. Share with us what are the health benefits of onions and garlic do you know. So perhaps join our Telegram and share what you know with our audience. Okay, so now to come to today, our dish, flower clams with Chinese cabbage. So today I'm going to share this dish with you, which is very easy to prepare. What we need, the ingredient, let me recap, will be the clams. Alright, so we have clams, which I already soaked in the water for at least 30 minutes before cooking. You may want to add some salt, but before you cook, you may want to wash away the salt first. We also have the Chinese cabbage, which we already share what are the benefits of the Chinese cabbage. We can also have some golden mushroom. This is optional, depends on whether you like golden mushroom. You can add some if you like. Other ingredients, we also have the spring onion. Spring onion, we will need both the white part and the green part. Alright, the white part will be for frying, the green part maybe is for decoration. We will have a small piece of onion, some garlics, and chili. So chili, it depends on whether you like it to be spicy. For me, I love spicy. As when we stay in Singapore, most of us will like spicy food. So that's why I have added chili padi. Alright, so this is some of our ingredients. So now our first step is to prepare our ingredients. Alright, so for the clams, we have already soaked in water. For the cabbage, here we have all this ingredient here. So cabbage is actually a big cabbage. So we just want to maybe tear out about 5 to 6 leaves. Alright, and then we can cut it into pieces like that, so that it's easy for us to cook. Alright, and for the onion, let's chop it up. Okay, so like I say, I need the white color portion for the frying. So you just have to cut it into small pieces like that. Maybe 1 to 2 stalks, depends on how big is your onion. Okay, so we just want the white color portion. As for the green, we can keep it for decoration later, but then I will still chop it up. Okay, we can just prepare all the ingredients one shot and just put it aside and get ready. So once your ingredients are ready, it will speed up your cooking. Alright, so the next one is the onion. So again, we will chop it up into smaller pieces. So all this will help to enhance the flavor. Okay. Depends on whether you like the onion. If you like it, then maybe you can have more of it. There's a little tip when we cut onion, alright? So sometimes it may, your eyes may get teary after cutting it. So one way is that before you actually cut it, you can actually put in the freezer to freeze it for about 10-15 minutes. And when you cut it, it will reduce the teary effect. Okay. That's all we need for the onion. We may also need some garlic. Same thing, we will just have to chop it up. I like to cook for my family because It's an enjoyment. It helps to de-stress, especially whether I'm in a happy mood or in a stress mood. Actually, cooking to me is like a therapy. All right, you can cook desserts or dishes like that, or when there is any special occasion events, I would like to cook for my family as well. And especially when they give you good remarks, you know, when that is yummy, is delicious, it actually helps to motivate you and want to cook more for them. Okay, next is the chili padi. Chili padi actually is pretty spicy. Okay, if you can take spicy, then I'll encourage you to use the chili padi. If not, then there will be the red big chili. If you can really take spicy, then you do not have to de-seed. You just have it cut with the seeds on. If you can't really take too spicy, then I suggest that you can remove the seed, because the seed itself, it's very spicy. And just be careful after you cut the chili. Do not use your hand to rub your eyes. Sometimes when we forgotten, right? So we will just touch our eyes or nose, so it will have a burning sensation. All right. I will cut a little bit more, not just for cooking, and also for decoration as well later. So how does the dish look? It will also affect the taste, yeah, because it's all our 5 senses, right? You have to look good, smell good, and taste good. All right, so here we have all our ingredients prepared. Here, just put this aside. Okay. Okay, so now we got more space. So beside that, let me introduce other ingredients that we have. We also prepare half a bowl of water. Half a bowl of water. If you want it to be more soupy, you can add a little bit more, but with that, then you have to add more sauce. But what sauce do we need to have? So firstly, I have used this Li Jingji chili bean sauce, all right? So we need 1 tablespoon of this. I'm also using the Li Jingji oyster sauce. We need 1 tablespoon of this as well. And we will need to have some soy sauce. It's about 2 tablespoons. We need some oil and half a teaspoon of salt. So isn't it the ingredient is very easy, and it can be easily purchased from the supermarket as well. Okay, so now we will proceed to step 2. So for step 2, we will start to fry the ingredients. But before we do it, we may want to prepare a pot as well. All right, so we want to prepare a pot. So with the pot, usually I would like to add some oil in the pot. So there's 2 steps here. One is frying and the other one is boiling. All right, so I'm doing this is that I want to prepare the pot for boiling later. I want to add some oil. The reason for adding some oil is because so that it will not burn at the base. All right, so I just add in some oil. You don't have to switch on the fire. I'm just preparing the pot for later use. Okay, once you have some oil, you may want to put in your cabbage as well. So usually I put the white parts at the bottom, because this is harder and it will take more time to cook. So I usually place it at the bottom. And after that, I will put the leaves on top of the white parts. You just spread around, okay? Just spread around. Just spread around. If you like to have golden mushroom, you can add golden mushroom, but this is optional. So you can just tear it apart so that it's easier to eat. It will not stick together. All right. And lastly is that we want to put the clam in. So this is after we have washed it and soaked it for 30 minutes. So now do not pour the water. We just need the clam itself. All right. So you can remove the water, discard the water, but you just have to put it in like that on top. Okay, the reason why I'm preparing this because after we fried the sauce, we want to pour the sauce in here. So we do not want to prepare this later because it takes some time, right? So we just spread it out in the pot. Okay, so when you're putting in, check your clams, whether is there any clam that is open wide, then we want to discard that, or cheap clams. The shell is cheap, we want to remove that as well. Okay. This is a really very easy to prepare dish. Because I'm explaining, that's why it takes longer. Otherwise, by cooking this dish, it actually takes less than 10 minutes. Alright, so once this is done, we just leave it aside. So now let's prepare the sauce. So how do we go about it? Let's on this machine. I'm using an induction cooker. Okay, just let it heat up for a while. So with this, what I'm going to put is that I'm going to add some oil. I like to heat up the pan, alright, maybe about 1 minute or so. Let it start to get heated before I pour the oil. About 1 tablespoon. So you can hear the sizzling sound. Control the fire. Okay. First of all, we can add in our onion, the white color portion, spring onion, and the garlic. The chili we hold for a little while. The moment we put this in, we can smell the fragrance is very nice. Okay. Okay. By frying this, it actually enhances the flavor, so we want to fry for a little more. Okay, and we can add half of the chili. Okay. Yeah, I can smell the fragrance now. Okay. Okay. With this, I can add some water, maybe half a bowl of the water, depend on how big is your bowl. While waiting for it to boil, I want to start to add the sauce. 1 tablespoon of the oyster sauce. Okay, it's not coming. Okay. So maybe we can actually shake it before we use it, so that it can come out easily. Okay, it's about 1 tablespoon. Two tablespoons of the light soy sauce. 1, 2. Half a teaspoon of the salt. Last but not least is the chili paste sauce. It's about 1 tablespoon. Okay. That's it. Alright, isn't it easy? And let it boil. Okay, I increase the heat to let it boil. So once it's boiled, we can transfer to the pot and let it cook for about 5 to 8 minutes until the clam actually open, the shell is open, then it's done. Just be mindful we don't overcook it. Okay, so now it's about start to boil. So what we're going to do next is that we're going to transfer it into the pot. So if you have 2 cookers, then you can actually prepare one, and then while cooking this, then you can prepare another pot for that. If not, you can actually put over the pot over this side. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay. So once this is boiled, I'm going to transfer this over. Just pour it in the sauce. Okay. So it's just like that. You may see that the water level is pretty low. It doesn't matter because after that the clam itself will have water, so you will get your soupy effect later. So we just let it cook for about 5 to 8 minutes or until the shell is open. Alright, so while waiting for it to boil, let's go into the next section.
Live life to the fullest.tv, a big learning community. Uncle Roland and his friend, ready to listen and be your friend. Yeah, live life, yeah, to the fullest. Yeah, live life, yeah, to the fullest. Big potential is what you have, but situation will drive you mad. If disappointed or anxious, lost or confused and aimless, we will help you to take action, work together with one mission. Live life to the fullest together. Live life to the fullest forever. Yeah, live life, yeah, to the fullest. Yeah, live life, yeah, to the fullest. Yeah, together. Yeah, forever. Yeah, together. Yeah, forever. Live life to the fullest. Live life to the fullest. Oh, 香啊. Hey, maybe you can do a better job. Alright, hear from you.
Alright, so now it's after about 5 to 8 minutes, alright, and you can see from the pot is that the clams have already opened up. So now it's ready to serve. Okay, let's see what we have here. Alright. Okay, so now you can see that all the clam is opened up. So I'm going to put on a dish to show you. Where we see the cabbage is already soft, as well as the golden mushroom. Okay. For presentation, you may want to have the vegetable at the bottom. And you can top up with the clam. And you can see that there's soup. Alright, so here is our dish for today, the clam with cabbage. So now we can add some of this spring onion and the chili so that it looks more appetizing. Alright, so this is our today's dish. Flower clams with cabbage. So I'm going to challenge you the improvised version. So now we know that for this dish, we actually have add half a bowl of water. What about we improvise this dish without the water? So what we're going to do is that it's more like a stir-fried style, alright? So same, we will use the garlic, the onions, the chili, we have put the oil and then we fried all this onion and garlic and chili, and after that we can put in the clams, alright, in the pan to fry it with the oyster sauce, the soy sauce, the chili bean paste, everything is the same in the right same proportion. Instead of half a bowl of water, maybe we just put about 100 ml of water to let it have to dissolve the sauce that we have put in. All right, and we can try this version, and you tell us which version do you like. So I would invite you to join our family challenge. You can try out both the soupy style or the dried version, and you let us know which one do you prefer. Send us a photo of you with your loved one cooking this dish together, and also to share with us your experience in terms of how easy, in terms of the preparation, from 1 is very difficult and 5 is super easy, and as well as the taste. 1 is not to your liking and 5th is super yummy. So join our Telegram group, the LLTTF Telegram channel, and share with us your experience and post a photo of your cooking and your dish with your loved ones. I invite you to join our family challenge. Why is it important to have this family time together? Because there are plenty of benefits for your family. Your family is a team, and reinforcing that bond will only make your family a stronger unit. And by doing an activity together, such as cooking together as a team, it will help you to enhance this bonding. And it's one of the best times to connect with your kids by creating something that everyone enjoys. All right? Especially during the holidays. You can use this opportunity to teach your kids planning and organizations, that is, how to think of ahead, what to prepare, what ingredients to get, and at the same time to teach them about the cleanliness and appreciation. Because you have to let our kids know that meal doesn't just drop out from the air. It has to be prepared and it has to come from somewhere. And this food that we are going to work with them, cook with them, it will give them opportunity to learn. We have to get all these ingredients from the supermarket, and after that we have to prepare, and that's after cooking, and that is how it actually ends up on the dining table. So these finished products will help to demonstrate the hard work, how it actually goes into the meal that they enjoy. Create your family cooking project together. I would encourage you to actually scan this QR code on the screen and start to create your family project team, cooking team, by posting your cooking, your family members, and share with us what are the cooking dishes that you have cooked together as a family, and we would like to welcome you to join this Telegram group. By taking up this challenge, you will stand a chance to actually win a family photography session, and we look forward to have you in our channel. I would like to share another wisdom quote with you. 100 men may make an encampment, but it takes a woman to make a home. What do you think about this quote? Share with us in our Telegram. Thank you for your time, and thank you with us for this week. I hope that you enjoy our dish for today, the flower clams with cabbage. See you next week.